Now to billionaire number one. He is the billionaire number one of Nigeria or of like Africa.
Mhm.
So lately, I mean, we've known he's been in the news for some time. He's been the boss for like the past year. The
Yeah.
desire to list the refinery
Yes. Yes.
on the stock exchange, pay dividends in dollars. It seems to be picking up now.
Absolutely.
Additionally, he is also making additional investments in East Africa. There's talks of a new refinery, maybe in Tanzania or Kenya, I don't know, but in East Africa, he's making strategic investments as well, expanding the Dangote empire. And interestingly, these days, I've watched a few of his interviews, and he makes sure to note their strategy. And maybe this is something that I'm going to do a video essay on sometime in the future, where he says, your strategy is, I think what he calls, is backward integration, right?
Yeah.
Basically, they look for a need in the market, and that is, he says that's how it's always moved. For a need in the market, they start with importation, so importing these items.
Yeah.
That's the market, right? So sugar, rice, or whatever. I don't think it was ever in the petroleum importing business, but I don't know.
It was.
So it was like we test the markets with this, then we backward integrate, and his dream now is to industrialize
Africa.
And I think that's his goal. It's pretty remarkable. And what do you think?
Yeah, like everyone, like, Dangote splits people in Nigeria. Some people are like, oh, he has benefited from, crony capitalism, government patronage, but also on that, and I understand arguments for that side, but I also see the hard work and the sheer input he has made in making that refinery to bring it into life. It is no small feat.
Yeah,
so I have to
absolutely.
give him his flowers with that regard. So I think very recently they raised in private placement pre the IPO about $2 billion.
Oversubscribed by 3x.
Yeah, like, it was wild. I'm like, yeah, those are the moves we need for Nigeria and for Africa. We need our big boys to invest, to put their money where their mouths are, to kind of grow the pie of the Nigerian economy so that there's more to share, there's more to go around. I applaud that. It's like it's a welcome development for Nigeria and Africa as a whole. If it keeps going this way, the goal of the entire family office on Dangote Industries, I think I was watching his daughter interview some weeks back, and they're like, they want to get $100 billion in revenue, like maybe a couple of years. I'm like,
yeah,
$200 billion will help. Yeah, exactly. Will help. No matter what happens, it's not just going to be in his pocket. It's going to permeate the industry. They are going to be winners of that. Just like burst entrepreneurs are the ones that create value for a large swath of people. And that's why Jeff Bezos always says he's proud of the work he did with Amazon. He created about, I think, $1 trillion worth of value, and he only took like some part of it. So no matter how, he gets vilified, Dangote, the impact of his economic activities are still going to be felt in the country.
Yeah. For me, the only risk that I see time and time again is that, he's a businessman.
Yeah.
The open market that we have allows for capitalism. And because he is in such a special situation where he's able to mobilize intense amounts of capital that I don't think any other billionaire in Africa is capable of.
Yes.
And or is any of them, to the best of my knowledge, dreaming as big as he is? I don't know. I think I might be wrong. I'm definitely wrong, right? Is that the risk of monopoly and driving out competition, and then being the sheriff in town, the only game in the market, right? So he's then able to dictate prices and extract
value.
Yeah, extract value in a way that might be, I don't know, extractive or
I agree.
on customers at the end of the day, which is why I am a big fan of another billionaire in Nigeria, Rabiu. Samad, right?
Yeah.
So, his own strategy, which it's kind of like the Burger King strategy. Burger King and McDonald's. Are you familiar with the strategy?
No.
It is the one where wherever McDonald's have their new store, Burger King just goes across the streets and their own store. Right? It's like this is already proven. They've tested it out, so we're just gonna copy it and just
absolutely,
eat out of that foot traffic.
yeah.
And there's something that has happened with Rabiu and Dangote. Time and time again, there was the sugar industry, the FMCG, right?
Yeah.
Then there was cement, BUA cement and Dangote cement. And now he's building his own refinery.
I heard that as well. Like that guy.
So it is tested and trusted, and you have someone who's gone ahead to blaze the trail. And you also have not the same power, but like you have enough power to like mobilize enough capital. You have enough clout, political power that you need to make moves like this. Why not? And if that's proven successful, might as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. And also to add to your point on like the free markets and there being some sort of monopolistic intent or outcome for Dangote and the other players that might go in, that it is the government's duty and the regulator's duty to ensure that consumer interests are upheld. Capitalists will do what capitalists do. They will try to extract value. That is what they do. So I wouldn't go out to blame him. Even in the West, you see all the big, the Magic 7 or what they call them now.
Yep.
Amazons, the hyperscalers, they've gotten so much value. It then behoves on the anti-corruption body or the anti-competition body to go there and try to cut where cut needs to be to ensure that consumers have best prices for the goods and services that these guys are providing. Else, everyone will go awry. So I don't blame them for doing what capitalists do.
I mean, I'm totally in line with that. The only caveat that I would add before we go on to the next point is that knowing the way Nigeria operates, knowing the way Africa operates, the regulatory bodies and their effectiveness in regulating markets or in possibly regulating billionaires, we know how money speaks in this part of the world much more louder than the West, right?
Yeah.
So, that is the only caveat. Like, are the regulators going to be able to put barriers or like reel a Dangote in or reel a Rabiu Abdulsamad in? Yeah. Right? So that is why I am kind of in support of like the petroleum importers, for example, right? If they want to compete with Dangote, let them.
Yes.
Right? So do not stop issuing licenses if they meet the mark, if they meet the technical criteria and they meet the specs for the requirement for fuel in Nigeria. Yeah. Issue and let them compete. Right? So, and if they're able to compete, you are able to keep a Dangote on his toes, sort of.
Yeah, I agree. It's what it is. It's the law of efficient markets is that the market will determine the efficient price based on demand and supply. But if there are influences, and the government is the biggest influence any economy has, that enable one to the detriment of the other, you are going to have a situation where the people that are enabled will have outsized power.
Yes, absolutely. Well put.